Hello, my name is Su-Mei, and welcome to Phuket's Villa Royale. We have the pleasure to share with you the wisdom of Thai people in taking ingredients, the common ingredients in our cooking, and turn it into a spa beauty treatment which costs very little but gives you great benefits. And for this particular purpose, I selected ingredients that are most common not only in Thai kitchen but also a more universal kitchen, so that our guests who came from all over the world can use it and remember the villa when they go home. And so we are talking about ingredients that is most common, that most people don't even think about, that not only is good for you as you eat them or cook with them, but also provides you with beautiful hair, skin, and nails, and face. And you can do all this very effortlessly because it doesn't take a great deal of work. And you could do this and put it on your person while you are doing other things. So it's very simple and wonderful, non-toxic spa treatment that you could do it in your own home. So I hope that you would come to Villa Royale and enjoy the same kind of lectures and demonstration and take the wisdom home with you from our staff here. I want to start by going from bottoms up, so to speak. And I come from San Diego, where I think one of the most important things for the people who live in San Diego is to look well. Because it is a city where people go out and run, doing all kinds of things, you know, and they are exhausted and their muscles always in great spasm and discomfort because they work so hard to stay fit. So one of the things that we sold, one of the dishes we sold at the restaurant is called anti-inflammatory stir fry. Everything is in the dish that is an anti-inflammatory. And two of the most wonderful and basic anti-inflammatory compounds in the natural ingredients, not only for cooking, but also for treatment. If you are a gym buff, or if you have muscle aches and pain because like myself, you know, as we get older, everything hurts, right? Then two things should be your very best friend. One is ginger. The other one is mint. And what I'm trying to do is that when I gather these recipes for today, I want to try to find the kind of ingredient that you can have no matter where you live. I think that these things have become quite universal. I think that even in South Africa, you can get ginger. And that if you have slightest amount of green thumb, you can grow some mint, or you could buy them at least. And that you could grow them in a pot and bring it in if you live in a place where it's snow, and let it grow on your windowsill. And you can use it for not only cooking, but also for treatment. Now, ginger is wonderful, especially in the winter time for the respiratory. It is also known to calm you, and if you have insomnia, it helps. If you have bad headaches, it helps. It is wonderful for nausea. So if you're going on this trip up the mountains in Phuket and you feel like, oh my God, I think I need the toilet because I'm gonna throw up, ginger would cure that. So you could use it for cooking as well as for making tea. And when you peel it, because most of us do peel ginger, instead of throwing it away, you can put it away in a sack, stick it in the refrigerator, and next time when you don't feel up to par because everything aches and because you've been exercising too much or whatever reasons you have, you could put it in a big bowl, add some very lukewarm water to it, and you could use it as a soak to your feet. So while you're sitting there doing your computer work, watching television, calling people on the iPhone, you could put your little feet in this wonderful bath and use the peel. You see, this is all peeled. I also have here ginger tea bags that you could also save and throw it in there. And use it to kind of rub your toes, your ankles, you know, in between your computer work or watching TVs or whatever, because it penetrates into the skin. And not only the smell would also make you feel very good. So ginger is wonderful when the weather is very cold or cool, whereas mint is very good for today when it is very warm. If you're prone to having headaches, migraines, indigestion, mint is your best friend, because you can drink a cup of hot tea, mint tea, in the mid-afternoon, like about 2, 3, and 4, when the Thai people believe that the time of that day is ruled by the wind element, which means that you should eat food that is cool and refreshing and a little bit spicy. And mint fits perfectly in this. So after, let's say you have a cup of mint tea, don't throw it away, save it, and you could do the same thing in a foot bath. Or you could be like me, who's a little bit crazy. I save it and I take it into my shower and I scrub my body with it. And then I take a shower. And I feel like $1 million because the shower smells like mint. And it's wonderful. It's extremely refreshing. Also, it is very good also for insomnia and indigestion. And if you have a really bad hair day and you happen to have some mint tea in the bag, like this, or just rub it in the back of your neck or on your wrist where the major arteries are, and it would help reduce the inflammation and it would help regulate your blood flow, and you'll feel 100 times better than taking aspirin, I promise. Okay? So in here, for a warm foot bath, we have ginger and we have mint. Now, chamomile is also very good. So if you're one of these people who love chamomile tea and you have problems calming down because you had a really bad day, use it as I show you with the mint. Put it on your eyes. I do it when I travel from here back to America or from America back here because of the jet lag. I pack my own chamomile tea, so when I'm on the plane, after I drink my little tea, I try to get them to give me honey. I save my bag, and when I'm tired and I want to rest, I put the chamomile on my eyes, and I told the attendants not to do anything to me, and I'll go to sleep. Feels really great. Okay, so that is for muscle aches and pain, for relaxing, and for calming you down and de-stressing. Now, for the day like today, when it's very, very warm, and you basically want to refresh and rejuvenate because you've been out in the sun, and that you just want a little perk, yes? And maybe you had orange juice this morning for breakfast. Save the peel. Or if you slice an orange and it looked really yucky because worms has gotten to it, don't throw it out. Put it in a bag, and you could do the same thing. But instead of warm water, you want some cool, refreshing water. And you stick your feet in there, you stick your hand in there, and the lime and lemon are the best disinfectant. It cleans your nails, makes your nails really white. It takes away calluses, your elbow, on your toes, and on your feet. So I always have a lime in my shower, and I use it faithfully to rub the sole of my feet, okay? And also, you can use it also on your hair, believe it or not. It's really, really good. It brings the luster into your hair, especially if you have oily hair. It is wonderful for oily hair. And before throwing it out, you could take it from the shower, put it in the sink, and when you want to clean the sink, because you've been working with pork, chicken, fish, or whatever it is, anything that smells, garlic, it will clean your sink and take away all that smell. And if you live in some place where it has a garbage disposal, you put it through the garbage disposal and it cleans the whole thing. So it has many, many purposes. So orange, lemon, and lime are our truly very, very best friends. So next time you make orange juice, don't throw it out, because if you sit and you start squeezing this, I think you could smell the fantastically wonderful. So have it not only for your feet, for your hand, and just take time, because it's not only the ingredients that you're using, but the time you give to yourself. And that is so very important. We're not talking about hours. We're talking about like 10 minutes of your personal time that you take care of yourself. And if you're in touch with the smell and the senses, you don't need to go see a psychiatrist. This is great. Okay? So from here, we're going to talk a little bit with things that you could do for your skin and for your hair. I'm now switching to things that I grew up with in Thailand. So if you can get coconut, fresh coconut where you live, you could use that, or you could use avocado. But I would like to talk very much about coconut, because coconut now is a very big deal, especially the virgin cold pressed coconut oil. Everybody's nuts about it, you know, and it's very expensive. And I'm saying that instead of spending, I think 390 baht from Siam Paragon for a little bottle, you can do the same thing. Go to the market and grade your own, or if you go to wet market, I think some of them still have the coconut that has been graded. Besides using it for cooking, making macaron, cookies, curry, whatnot, you could also use it for your person. And you could use a grated coconut after you press out the milk. Instead of throwing it out, save it. Okay? You see these little funny green things in there? They're chilies. And I just taught the people in the kitchen that before Thailand had refrigeration, we have to keep these things from going spoiled because of the tropics. And guess what they use? Chilies. They put chilies in the grated coconut. They put chili in the coconut milk without refrigeration, and it does not go spoiled. It is absolutely amazing, but it doesn't make it taste like chilies either. But it is a wondrous thing. So the other thing that Thai people use quite a bit is tamarind. Well, these two together make one of the best scrub for your skin. The ancient people use it. Before the white, everybody wants to get white. There's all these clinics where you go in and, you know, you're as dark as me because I sat in the sun, and you come out and you look like, ooh, you know, as white as a milk. Well, these two combinations were used to whiten the skin. So what you do is that the leftover coconut and coconut milk, you put, you know, a handful of it and a little bit of it, and then the tamarind, and you just mix it up. I mean, if you want to try this, you're more than welcome to come up and try it. You could put it on your skin and leave it to the whole entire time you're here. And then you can come up here and wash it out, and you will be amazed how your skin feels. So if you are having a day in the sun for a long time, or you are in the middle of the winter and you happen to be able to find these things, your skin feels like it's cracked open because it's parched. Yes? You do this and you stick it in the fridge. It would last you a couple of days or even longer. And all you do is rub it on the part of your body. And for me, I like to rub all over, right? And sit and have it dry, and then I put on my dressing gown and come downstairs and cook. I go upstairs to take a shower. By that time, it's like half an hour's gone by, and my skin feels, but it feels tremendous. It is wonderful. And if you have some left over, if your hair tend to be dry because you use a lot of chemicals, you have the hair bleach, blonde, whatever color it is, and it's going like, Frankenstein's bride. You can put some on your hair, right? Put on your shower cap for at least 20 minutes. And then you can go and wash it out. And you'll be amazed. You don't have to buy any expensive hair conditioner. And you do it once a week. And it will keep your hair so gorgeous. Now you say, well, Su-Mei, I don't have coconut where I come from. Or I don't feel like doing all this because it's too much work. You can do the same thing with avocado. Avocado and tamarind together, again for the skin. Avocado for the face, for the hair. Scrub it in. Don't be afraid that people think that you've gone crazy like me. Rub it into your scalp and just leave it there and put a shower cap on to keep the moisture in, and the inner body heat will kind of heat it up and work wonders. So you do this until it dries, right? For about 20 minutes. When you go take a shower, you sit. Okay, one of my very favorite things that I do for myself on a regular basis, because I do live in California, is lemongrass toner. It is so wonderful. And both men and women can use this. This is one of the most wonderful, wonderful things to have because it's an antibiotic. It also takes out all the gunk from the street. It closes the pores and it really cleans your face. And I do it once a week. And I would take one whole stalk of lemongrass, the whole thing. Yes, the green parts and the bulb, and I would chop it up into little pieces. Okay, then I put it in the blender with about a cup of very good drinking water, because San Diego, we're known to have gross water. It tastes like chlorine, it's disgusting stuff. Into a blender, you have to have a blender for this. And then you put a cup of water in there and you blend the heck out of it. Yes? And then you strain it through a cheesecloth. And what you have is this, which is the liquid. And you put it in a bottle, stick it in the refrigerator. After you wash your face, you use it with a cotton to clean your face. And I'm going to pass this around, and you could try it on your skin. It smells tremendous, and it also closes up all the pores, and it really does clean. It's the best toner ever that you could use. Now, after a week, it's been sitting in the refrigerator, right? Don't throw it out. Before you start a new batch, when you take a shower, take it in with you, and you use it as a rinser for your hair. Scrub it really well, and it just brings luster to your hair. For those of us who have very dry skin and we want to really rejuvenate our face, apples are wonderful. Bananas are your best friends. And you remember our little oranges at the beginning from our foot bath here? This is a combination of bananas, a couple of pieces of bananas, yes, and orange juice, yogurt, and honey. And I just blend it up. And you can use this as a face mask. Yes, it will keep probably about a week in the refrigerator. You only need just a little bit, not too much. And you happen to be talking on the phone and you take a lick of your face. It tastes really good. I'd like to encourage you to find local honey from your area. If you live in Phuket, surely there must be a honeybee someplace. People who raise honey, raise bees that produces honey. I buy honey from a local person in San Diego. I use it faithfully, especially when there's a change in weather, making a little cup of tea, because honey, besides using for cooking, just drinking it a little glass in the morning with a little hot water is supposed to be very good for your immune system, especially if you have bad allergies. It keeps you from catching cold. It helps you from having these horrible allergy attacks when the pollen comes about. And so I encourage you to use local honey from your area. So this one is a face mask that is made with bananas. This one's been used. I was trying this morning desperately to ask the staff to save everything they were going to throw away for me to use, but of course they wouldn't. So I had to start from scratch. But anyway, for the bananas, use just a little bit, 2 pieces, and you just mush it. And a little orange juice. So easy, you know, so simple. And some yogurt. And the honey. And then you could use it in a blender. You could just mix it with your hands. And again, put it on your face, starting from your neck up to your forehead. And try to lie down if you can for about 10 minutes. And let the stuff work wonders. Do it on your neck, the back of your head. And it's a really wonderful face mask. Take away all the gunk and oil, and yet at the same time refresh your skin if it's very, very dry. If you don't have bananas, you can do it with apples. Especially in the winter, you have fresh apples. Just take both the skin and the apple piece, chop it up, put it in a blender, do the same thing as if with bananas, and it does the same thing. Also, bananas and apples are very good for your hair. If your hair happen to be very limpy and oily, just put some on your hair and then go take a shower and do the shampooing. For Phuket or for any place in the tropics, because it's very refreshing, especially after you've been out in the sun or you've been driving around shopping and then all this heat is getting to you. It has cucumber, it has watermelon, it has some yogurt, some honey, and meat. If you happen to have a very bad sunburn, this is wonderful, feels so good on your skin. And you just slather it on. You sit next to the swimming pool, just put it all over your body. Sit there. Put a lemongrass thing next to it so you don't get eaten by flies. Until it dries out. And then go shower, and then you can go swim some more. It's wonderful, I promise. Right? See? Looks like some kind of dip, right? It's a little crusty because of the watermelon. But if you don't want to do all these things, do the same thing with just watermelon. Just squish it. Like I said, you know, I do that sometimes when I come home after working in the kitchen for a long time and put it on my face. I go around looking like a crazy person. So, anyway, let me wash my face so I don't look too alright. Okay. So, that's something for cooling and refreshing. Yes? In fact, the guests here at Mom Trees are giving a couple pieces of cucumber to put on their eyes as they sit and relax by the pool. And that came about because of my wine conversation with Mom Tree, and he decided it's a good idea. So he goes around making sure everybody have a couple pieces of cucumber, and they come around and say, for your eyes. It means that you're not supposed to eat it. Okay, then we have carrots. Carrots is actually fantastic, not only for dry skin, but it's also good for oily skin because it has a tremendous amount of vitamin A. And I love this because, you know, I hate carrots in Thai food. Every time I see a piece of carrot in the Thai, pad Thai or something, I just freaked out. I can't stand it because It's not supposed to be in Thai cooking, but people are using it because of the color. You would love color. And so everything looks kind of muted. You see this thing orange glowing at you. It's carrot. So I would say put it on your face instead. It's really good for your face. And if you have some leftover carrots, or even the carrots this morning, they were making carrot juice, and you had all that pulp, just mix it with this, and stick it in your fridge. And when you use it, you could feel it start pulling. Your face will start pulling. Use it at least for 10 or 15 minutes. And if you have super dry skin that needs to be treated, you use it every day. You use it every day for a couple of weeks until your skin started to come back to what feels like normal to you again. Okay? And don't forget the lemongrass toner. It's wonderful. And just have it always in the refrigerator. So that is for both dry skin and also for oily skin as an exfoliating thing. You know, they sell carrot soap. Very expensive. So use this instead. This is my latest favorite. And I have to warn you, it's a little stingy. But this is actually an old Thai recipe for taking away the lines in your face. It's this stuff here. Daikon. It's very cooling, and apparently it supposedly helps eradicate lines on your face. I don't know, but I've been doing it, and it feels so good. At the beginning, it doesn't feel so good. It feels stingy because this thing is very spicy. You use a little bit of it, and what you do is that you grate it like this, right? Like you're having sushi, right? You grate it on the grater, and then you just squish it until the liquid comes out. So this is the stuff you use, the water, okay? So you put that water, you don't use a lot of it, only about a tablespoon, because it's very stingy. You put this, some papaya, okay? About, I would say, maybe a fourth of a cup. You see, I don't measure this stuff. When I eat papaya, whatever's left over, I scoop whatever's next to the skin. That's what I use. Then you take that, you add it to the liquid, and then you put a little honey in it. And if you like to moisturize your face, papaya has an enzyme, so it's going to pull your face. You're gonna start not being able to talk very good when you put it on. It's going to really do this. And then you have the daikon, which is going to go, you know, like when you go and have a facial, and they use that electric stuff, they go, okay, this is a natural thing. Does exactly the same thing. It goes all over your face. So you need a little thing to soothe it. So honey is a very good moisturizer. So if you want to use honey and you happen to have some leftover avocado, you just put the whole thing in the blender and then you put it on your face. And you just sit and wait. Because at the beginning you're going to feel this. And then you're going to start feeling this. And then you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to look really weird. Because you can't smile. And that's because the enzyme for the papaya is pulling you like this, right? And then, in the meantime, the honey and the avocado is working magic. Because 15 minutes later you go in and you wash your face. And your face feels like the baby's popo. It's wonderful. For real. I'm not kidding. Try it. I got a friend who keeps getting plastic surgery. So I was telling her about this stuff. She said, oh, I'm going to go out and buy a daikon. She called me up and said, this stuff is amazing. I love it. She's in love with daikon. So daikon is very cooling. It's very good for this time of year. Have soup or salad with them because it's very cooling. So this is for taking away all the lines. Also for strengthening the skin. Okay? And also moisturizing. The last but not least, it's a very strong facial cleanser for those who really have been like trekking walking around some forest, doing marathon or whatever, and your face is, you know, it's a wreck because of all the perspiration and heat and whatnot. But make sure that you're not allergic to pineapple, because pineapple has a very strong acid that is going to pull all that gunk out of your face. So make sure you're not allergic to the stuff. So this is from this morning's breakfast. Somebody had pineapple juice. They pressed it to the machine, so I retrieved it. I was able to find one, and it has some carrots in it as well. And all I added in there was some honey. And again, you do the same thing. You put the stuff on your face. It's very cool. Put it in the refrigerator before you use it. And then you put it on your face. And you're going to look really weird. You look like one of those monster person in the movies. But don't worry, because 20 minutes later, after you go and wash your face, it's going to feel as if you've gone through a process of defoliated your whole face. It just cleans out all the gunk and all the pores. You should not do this continuously every single day. You should do it every other day, because the acid in the pineapple is very, very strong. And your skin can't really take this very well. So do it like once every other day until you feel that your skin's gone back to normal. Okay? So let me see. I think we're done, unless you have questions. Now what we did also is that we've cooked with everything you saw here, the snacks. So everything that I used today is in the little snacks and small eats that you can enjoy, because the idea is that the ingredients can be used also for nourishing in your body as well as on the outer, that gives you beautiful, gorgeous, healthful skin, hair, nails, feet, body. Thank you so much.